Eat. Oh, fuck me. That's snapped. How's everyone this Wednesday? Hope everyone else is going for a pump. Hello, your mother's boyfriend. Dogs, cats, duodenum. What order do I do this shit? Let me get some rolls. You work a normal job or just MMA? MMA coaching? Content? How much is training? What? For class sessions or for personal training sessions? Class sessions, sidekick. Class sessions, it's £5 for a single class or £50 for a month. Personal training sessions, £30 for members or £50 for non-members. I'm going to get a pump. I'm not rich. Fuck no. I'm just getting a pump and thought I'd let you join in. Does your gym let you train free? Just when a class finishes and there's people in, you can't just come in and out. I've just got a one-to-one soon. Jiu-jitsu today, it's MMA today. Oh, you got jiu-jitsu. Whatever. Got a Banchamek vest on, courtesy of Science Dave. Blackout Banchamek, legend. He just beat that tainted feijoada motherfucker with a hellish knockout. I can't do a backflip at the minute. Too risky. Creaky ass machine. Oh, the bombs. Hey. Think Jordan is ready for you? Oh, Vichenik? Yes. Yeah. I was like, Jordan who? But yeah, Jordan Vichenik. I've loved his recent string of performances. They're just so clinical. And he's not even like, he was in an interview where he's like, I don't care about being the entertainer. I don't care about, being super good. I just want to fucking win the fight. And he's demolishing people. It's almost, his style is quite reminiscent of that prime John Jones. Really good. Favourite kick? Maybe let's go with this Cyril Gane kick. Boom. It's like a rear teep, but instead of going forward, because that can be good, especially opposite stance, but it can pop into the elbow. Boom. That lead elbow's in the way. Just this little curl. Boom. And then a snap round. There's probably some fucking cool ass Taiwanese Kyokushin name. But I like this one. It's all very Michael Jackson. What? You think Luke Riley is ready for the UFC? I think a lot of fucking people in Cage Warriors are ready for the UFC. What's a realistic training split? Just starting MMA? I don't know what your life's like, but if you're not very busy, you could get something in every day. If you're busy as fuck, 2 MMA sessions a week. Demetrius Johnson was fighting for the bantamweight title of the world against Dominic Cruz, the arguable GOAT of bantamweight, on 2 training sessions a week. Just make sure that what you do for money gets you fucking grip pumped. I think you're quite... I'm getting mass. But yeah, just work, Cameroonian sand mines, factories, bricklaying, do that shit. Do the Sean Shirk, when he was working a regular job, between lunch, on his lunch break, he'd just fill a wheelbarrow up with shit and run around with it. How's the crawling? Really good. I've got like 10, 15 minutes of crawling in so far today. It doesn't count towards my thing. It doesn't count towards my full crawling everyday thing. I'm probably going to get a 20, 30 minute round of crawling in at some point, and then that'll be day 12. Yes, and heard of TFT? Yes, I've sparred at TFT. Really good. Experience like down at BST training? Yeah. Session's finished late as fuck, but it's really good. Pseudo planche push-up. Spaghetti carbonara. Spaghetti carbonara. Spaghetti carbonara. Spaghetti carbonara. Pseudo planche push-ups, really good. Instead of doing it at shoulder width, do it there, lean over. 15 rounds of hard sparring, 5-minute rounds. Sounds like fun to me. Probably burn enough calories for all the Easter eggs I ate this morning. Can you eat any more solid foods yet? Yeah, just through sheer force of will. I can't chew them, but you lube them up enough, you get enough sauce on it, enough crucials, they're proud of their squirt, you ping it on, put it in, swallow it. I do taekwondo. Do you think you can also hold a side kick in the air? I like that one. It's a very sus angle. But how long before a palmo? See, I could probably handle a palmo now. It'd just be very messy and the breadcrumbs would scratch my throat. But if I sauced it up enough, garlic, sizzler, fucking everything under the sun, and did that shit, sauced it up, mashed it up, and then just washed it down with a lot of water and milk, I'd be able to do it. Question, in terms of weight, if my natural body weight at 5'10" is heavyweight at 230, should I go down to light heavyweight? Probably. It's more of a rarity that 5'10" guys can do really well at heavyweight, but it's a bit of a weaker division. It depends how you built at that. If you're thick, solid, because you've got decades and decades of combat sports experience, you're like a fucking Mark Hunt with dense Polynesian bones, you're Daniel Cormier who's been doing wrestling and eating that barbecue crayfish for fucking decades and decades, and you're just fucking solid there, and you still have good speed, you might have some good advantages over a lot of heavyweights, because your base is going to be cut nice and low, it'll be hard to shoot under. If you're a heavyweight, and you're not very athletic, and it's just pudding, yeah, you're probably going to have to cut down a bit. Are you from the northeast? Fuck yeah, I'm from the northeast. Greatest, worst part of the country. Is it true you fight at shadow weight? Them shadows are hard to fucking fight. Costco. Dip a biscuit in that. Whew. When is John Jones going to grow a pair and fight you, bro? Well, he's not going to fight Tom Aspinall. He's either going to want to fight retired Stipe or no one. He's never going to fight Aspinall. Why would he do that? You get boxed up. Anyway. Pike push-up. I'm just doing any old random fucking push-up between these sets. Pike push-up. Make sure you make a triangle with your hands in your forehead. Ooh. Where do you live? Not telling you, mate. Favourite Final Fantasy. I've never completed them. I know. It's a bit of a confession. I played a bit of Remake when it was a free game, and there was just too much going on. That's some sus technique. It's fucking pike pushing, bro. You show me the technique. Get your mind right. What lift should I do to help with MMA? Zercher squats. Well, Zercher split squats. Generally the basic stuff. Weight pull-ups, Zerchers. Anything that you can do in a Zercher. A split squat, Zercher squat. The usual stuff, deadlifts, but there can be a bit of an injury risk if you start loading them up, especially on a straight bar. A lot of dumbbell stuff's good. Oh, and it's not even a lift, it's a carry. Farmer's walks, farmer's carries. Absolutely brilliant. Work pretty much every muscle in your body. And you don't hammer this is very sus. And you don't hammer your shit every day. Newcastle is trying to find a gym that has both getting a bit pricey paying a gym membership. My suggestion is always Newcastle Fight Centre for Newcastle. What martial arts should I start with first? If we follow the guidelines of Demetrius Johnson, Francis Ngannou, Mirab Devalishvili, all these people and more, don't start with the martial arts, start with a hard-working, grafty job where you've got to lift shit all day and move stuff around the factory, that kind of thing. Sean Shirk as well. And just eat baby food and have a counter full of supplements and then get pop. The other guys don't get pop. That's just Sean Shirk. We're going to have a little dip of this quickly. Motherfucker. I don't know how that's going to go down between sets. Thanks for them roses. Muay Thai best to start. It's a really good start. You've got clinch. You're building dexterity everywhere in your body. And there's every striking weapon. You don't have to just start with it though. Are you a basketball player? Yeah, I play for the Banchamek Lotuses. Really good team. Set 4. You fucking business kids. Full volume. Have you played other FromSoft games apart from Bloodborne? I've played all the main Dark Soulsy ones, Souls-likes. The only one I didn't complete is Elden Ring. I've also played Evergrace. Evergrace is a really good one. Well, it's not really good. It's dated as fuck. But its soundtrack's one of the best ever. get some push-ups, and I'll answer a couple of questions. Is training 4 times a week good for a 14-year-old? Boxing 1, kickboxing 1, and MMA 2 a week. That's a good training schedule. The one thing I would suggest, or maybe two things I should suggest, is get some resistance training in your schedule. Literally, it can be body weight stuff if you've got no access to a gym or you don't want to add all that stress. Body weight stuff, kettlebell stuff, if you haven't got access to big barbells, that twice a week, and it doesn't have to be super long. It can be literally 3 exercises, 3 good sets each, and you can get that done in like half an hour or something. Just making sure you're pushing and pulling, and get a kind of pure grappling session in. That would be really, really advantageous to you. The main thing I would suggest to your schedule, 4 times a week is good, and the thing is, you're not burning it out. You're going to be fresh. You're going to be good to absorb all the knowledge in these training sessions. Is maybe one wrestling session, well, definitely one wrestling session. You can get one wrestling session in. If your MMA sessions have a lot of wrestling focus, you might not need it as much, but get those pure wrestles in if you can. There's a reason why people call it the base of the pyramid, because MMA is a pyramid scheme. I train at Middle Fight Academy. Any tips to gain more confidence throwing out combinations instead of single punches? I'm probably not the best example from my last fight, because I fucked up and threw single shots up the wazoo all day and barely put a combination together. If you never get confident throwing combinations, you don't necessarily have to. There's a lot of really, really good fighters who would never throw a combination until they got their opponent hurt. If you look at Floyd Money Mayweather, not Pretty Boy, but like Floyd Mayweather's later stuff, barely ever there's more than 2 punches at a time. Very single shot heavy. Single shot frame. If you look at Anderson Silva's career, most of his career, he's very single shot because he's moving around, and then he'd throw those big combinations when he hurt someone, like when he's fighting against Rich Franklin. Very single shot. Israel Adesanya, unless he hurt someone, very single shot. You just got to make sure you have something meaningful between these shots to keep you safe or to keep them off balance. Frame, clinches, and good feints. Do I have a belt in the game? I am a purple belt. I would like to compete more in jiu-jitsu, but you know, it's hard to compete in jiu-jitsu whilst you're also in camp, because it reaches the weekend, because you've been focused on the training for your fight and your dieting. It's very tricky to get that energy up to compete against someone where their whole life's jiu-jitsu, plus the injury risk if you're not getting paid for it. Picks for UFC 300. Let's go. Hill, Zhang, Holloway, Oliveira, Jim Miller, Rakic, and anyone else. How do you think Hill gets it done? I can just say who I think's going to win, and then I'm not the how guy. When do you think you'll fight again? I'm not quite sure. It is 2 weeks and 2 days until True Dependence Day, when I can bite solid foods again, instead of just swallowing them whole like Bevo. So we shall see. Fingers crossed, everything's good at that mark, and I can just get back into contact training. Miller. Jim Miller's good. Jim Miller is good. Jim Miller. If I said Jim Miller on each rep, will I be as strong or as good as Jim Miller? Thoughts on the Pantoja vs. Erceg fight coming up? Erceg's quite interesting. He's got a lot of power, and he knows it, and he can kind of go down this puncher's path. Kind of like Foreman did. There's a really good article by Conor Rebush, the heavy hands guy, long time ago, where it's talking about the puncher's path, where someone who's got power and has beaten a lot of opponents with power suddenly negates a lot of other aspects of the game. And George Foreman was a really big example. Gennady Golovkin, to a lesser extent. Conor McGregor somewhat, they get into that rhythm where they just think it's their power that gets it done, but forget what craft they use to get it there. I think Pantoja should get him, but, you know, Erceg has fucking good hands. I'll be able to watch them back on the live replay and see if my push-ups are shit. Best drills to do to improve at home. I would say this combination, you can't practice it enough. So, double jab, cross, left hook, do it really slow. And the main key with this is, do not throw the next strike. Do it slow motion. Because a lot of people want to go fast immediately, and when they're fucking speeding through these combinations, they don't develop the base. When you slow it down, you have to develop the base. You develop the muscles of your legs, your calf, your ankles, whatever. When you slow it down, start a bit of distance if you're hitting a target. Start a bit of distance from it. If not, if you're just shadowboxing it, make sure that, you know, we're carrying our feet. Step, this drags along. We're not going, that's slow as shit. And I've got all this time where my back foot's off the floor. I'm not going to be able to drive and throw my next strike. If the open for the right hand suddenly comes, I can't throw it on one leg. So elbows tight, jab, jab. See how this back foot pushes and then drags. Push and drag, push and drag. Then we throw the cross. Exaggerate the weight you send on this leg. Everyone's tendency is to throw the weight forward, so exaggerate. Even if it feels a bit too much, how much weight you're keeping on this leg. That way you can rotate onto here. Rotate, and then left hook back. When you throw on the left hook, a lot of people focus on pivoting this lead leg around, but I think it leaves you a bit exposed in MMA, and I think you'll actually lose a bit of power. Jab, jab, we throw this cross, nice and tight. Do a slow motion, so I have to develop this balance and develop this stance. Even if I hold this, I can do squats from here. And then I want you to focus on your back heel. Boom, 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 as you throw that left hook. So don't spaz hand it out with open fingers that are going to stab people in the eye. Boom, 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 boom. Nice and tight. And then maybe add a roll. My bros drill naked at home. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Wearing socks now? Nah, I'm doing the Miliband strap. Ed Miliband came and trained here. And he was all wearing socks. I'm gonna have to add a bit of hot water to this, not be done. Not be done. Good. Next fight. I'm not quite sure when the next fight is. It all depends on jaw recovery and what dates are available. I'd like to fight the same guy because I always find it shit to have to pull out on someone. I have a boxing bag and weights at home. What should I do to improve? So in terms of your boxing thing, I just showed you a big combo. Double jab, cross, left hook. A double jab, cross, roll. Lots of shit with double jabs. That'll teach you more about your stance. And then just use small feints. Small feints forward. Boom. Boom. Even don't rush to the bag when you do your workouts. Look at the mirror. Take step forward, back, 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 back. You never outgrow these type of footwork drills. Hit the double jab cross a lot with some kind of exit. Cross, push back. Cross, roll, or cross, jab. Get those 3 exits in. And weights, I don't know what weights you've got. Do different types of carries. Farmer's carries where you're just walking alongside there. Overhead carries where it's overhead. Suitcase carries where it's just on one side. And then focusing on all the body weight shit. Crawling and just basic ass calisthenics. Don't even look at the fancy stuff because you'll get bogged down. Just do the basic shit for many, many, many reps until you get bored and then do it more. Best way to strengthen hands and wrists. I'll get to that in 1 second. I just have to finish the rest of this biscuit. But I will get to how to strengthen hands and wrists, and it's not dipping Biscoff in coffee. I will do very soon. Anyway, so I love crawling. Crawling is my new thing. I've been just spamming XP movement videos, watching all the series. I fucking love this guy's videos, and I've been spamming the crawls. This is like day 12 of crawling every day. So you have your basic slow bear crawls here. Nice and slow, back straight. Very easy. Everyone always says do some complex push-up variations or whatever the fuck. But the easy way to go is go on your knuckles and crawl. Nice and easy. This is going to strengthen your wrists. Bit of knuckles. If you're really struggling to do on both knuckles, go one hand, one knuckle. This is going to build up all the strength in the wrist. Then you can add fingertip crawls. But obviously easy to progress and regress. Add more fingers. Add more fingers. Make it easy. Take fingers away. So we can go like 2 fingers, whatever, to make it harder. Nice and simple. Then we can go on back of the hand. I can do 1. Just to add a bit of strength to that flexor. Extensor even. And sometimes I can do 2. There's a really tricky push-up variation where you push, you drop. So I might fuck this up. Drop down to your wrist, boom, and pop up onto your knuckles. But ease the fuck into that. The other ones is wrist extension stuff. So if you have pussy, that you can, or those bands where you can extend your fingers out to work the other side, that's good. Or wrist rollers, not just in flexion, but work it so you're extending to work the muscles on the top of the forearm. You like the MMA Guru? Yeah, MMA Guru's sick. I like a bit of MMA Guru content. Who's watching that? In the hospital with me, naff jaw. I'm gonna have to get in these bicep curls. But someone was asking me about knuckle condition. I gotta have 5 sets of bicep curls before my 1-to-1 comes in. Milkshake, my dog! Oh my god, it's Milkshake. Sending all sorts. Have a crumbly, wet biscuit on me. What age can you fight? I mean, there's under 16 rules. Oh my god, thank you for all the shit. Under 16 rules, you can fight from like 12 or up. No head contact though. Just clinch, knee to the body. I don't even know about knees to the body actually, but you can low kick, body shot, take down, And most submissions, but there's a lot more submissions like not allowed, and I'd have to recheck the rules. Proper amateur, where you're gonna get fucking boss into your head like a silly idiot. Proper amateur, you gotta be fucking 16. 16 is the legal age of consent of getting kicked in your stupid head. Pretty much a glorified grappling match, yeah. We like kicks. You get comments on your ears when you're out? Yeah, I get them called cabbage ears. I was at a little food truck in Stockport. Someone was commenting on my cabbage ears. And then so, I know that my cousin or whatever's a fighter, and it was some Bama champion. Crazy. Who was your favourite fighter, Evan? Is it GSP? George St. Pierre is a very, very, very strong candidate. And he's the guy I would say, oh, you're an orthodox fighter, just come in the gym. Watch some George St. Pierre. He's really good. What are the ones I would put high up? There's two people who just disappeared and I'm gutted. Gregor Gillespie and David Taymor. I really fucking like them. I wish they fought as well because they're like fire and ice, completely different styles, and it never happened. Very, very disappointed. Gym exercises that don't stiff you up. Always feel stiff after most gym workouts. Well, don't stare at the bros on the fucking Stepmaster too much. You won't get stiff. Hey. Well, oh, I'd like the world to change. Helps me to appreciate all nights and those dreams. Oh, my friend, I'd sacrifice all the times if I could make anything my dreams to see. The only never I see is the place all under hate. So let's go there. Make our escape, come on. Let's ask, can we stay later? Rate my curls from 1 to fucking 2 cubics. If you love your biceps, always try, well, if you love your biceps and your shoulders, always hit these as a superset. Or some kind of similar variation. And pull apart. Keep the wrist flexed to get more of that teres minor stuff. It's mad how more difficult it is, wrist flex, compared to, that's fucking easy as shit. Flex your wrists over like you're on Crash Bandicoot's motorbike from Crash Bandicoot 3. It's a much better workout. I don't know what rep I'm on. It doesn't matter. Did the UFC speak to you after your loss to discuss how many wins to get back in contract? No. There's nothing like that. You just go on your way. They got 1,000,001 different things to do. So you just on your way, you have a tiramisu at the hotel casino they send you to, and then go about on the strip and see what's what. But, the UFC's very on the fly about how it chooses fights. What weight and what song was that? 15 kilos. And the song was High by Creed. No idea how many reps. Sometimes you go for reps. Sometimes you go for Creed verses. And you probably get more reps when you sing the Creed verses. How much do amateurs get paid? Well, I made 250 quid off one amateur fight once, plus a couple of tickets. Amateur fights literally depend on two things about getting paid. Are you stepping in on late notice to save a fight for someone who sold a lot of tickets? And if you're not doing that, how many tickets do you sell yourself? Because you'll get ticket commissions off it. But these days and age it's very different. People have all sorts of rad sponsors for little amateur fights. It's mental. When do you think you'll be in the UFC? I don't know. Got no plans. I just want to get back in the cage. I just want to compete. Currently playing Metal Gear Solid. What's your opinion? One of the best New Year's Eves I ever had. I woke up at 6 in the morning and started Metal Gear Solid 3, and then I completed it at 11 and just went straight to bed. Didn't even stay awake for New Year's, and it was it's a core memory. One of the best New Year's Eves I've ever had. Who's on the BFC card for next week? At the minute, Tyler Mitchell. Shouldn't have tuna for lunch, that shit stinks. Can you take me higher? To a place where blind men see. Can you take me higher? To a place with golden street. So let's go there. Let's make our escape. Come on, let's go there. Let's ask, can we stay? Let's wreck with shitters. Getting pumped after eating Easter eggs is the best pump. That's science. Is Joe Fields fighting in Newcastle? I can't say shit. Favorite combo. Wait. Let me go. 1 second. I will get to the favorite combo. Do you think Reese is going to get a replacement? Hopefully. Do you think the Chenik deserves a UFC call-up? I think there's fucking loads of people deserve a UFC call-up, but deserves is a funny word. It's all very reactionary, and they just bring people in when they need. They try and stick to the roster because it's fucking huge. It's a crazy size, is their roster. Whatever the fuck this is, thanks for it. But yeah, they always try and stop people from the roster. Let's talk about some really good combos. Favourite combos. These aren't my favourite. These are just three that pop into my head. They're really good. Jab, cross the body, jab. Really nice one. Boom, boom, boom. Sometimes that hook is a bit wide and you get chinned. Boom, boom, boom. Coming up the middle, really nice. Leads into loads of kicks, leads into loads of follow-up combinations. I actually really like this combo, jab, body hook, jab, cross, jab, because it has the same rhythm as the Resident Evil 3 boss theme at the end. Bum, 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 bum. Really nice. I like the Masaki no Iri. This is like the Tyson body hook to uppercut, but on wasabi. We're gonna go whatever way he sets it up. Body hook, same body hook. This drops the elbow down because he's wet people's body, wet people's liver. Boom, as they bend down. Boom. This knee comes up to the head and it curls around. Insane flexibility. So whatever way you set it up, body hook, boom. Really nice. Boom, 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 boom. Insane speed, insane flexibility. Hurts someone to the body, their elbow drops, the level drops, the chin goes down, and knee whips into the face. One more combination, because everything's got to be in three. Let's go. Rob Kamen, Doumbé, and Volkanovski. Rob Kamen being more the original guy with this left kick from out of stance. Boom, land back, into right hook. Can work both ways. Boom, it can be starting in orthodox, bing, and then leaning back on the hook. It can be from southpaw. Rob Kamen got a few where he whacked the back leg, thank you for the snakes, and then hit the right straight. I watched him on the other day. Rest in peace, Rob Kamen. If you don't watch Rob Kamen, watch all these Rob Kamen fights. Whatever techniques you think are new and revolutionary in striking in MMA and kickboxing, if you go back and watch the trilogy of fights between Rob Kamen and Ernesto Hus, guaranteed you'll see all these techniques happen like 30 years ago. But kick to the back leg, boom. There was one where he takes a cross on the counter, but Rob Kamen wins the exchange. Boom, lands, then he pulls his back, boom, KO. So what combinations do we even say? Jab, cross, jab. We go inside to hook, and body hook, kyokushin knee to the head. Those are three brilliant combinations. Do them at Heron or
some other value mini market. Most underrated martial art for MMA. Let's go. If you watch Lyoto Machida, you think I'm going to say karate because Lyoto Machida was a karate guy. Let's talk about another martial art that Lyoto Machida really used. And he was so hard to take down in his prime. Most underused martial art for MMA. Best outfits of any martial art. Sumo wrestling. Sumo wrestling has such good base. They have the best diets and the indomitable will to eat all that food, and they only do it in 2 meals a day. They don't even snack. Mega crazy. But sumo wrestling. Plus they have the palm strikes. Hapkido good. Yeah. Hapkido, Aikido, Sriracha, all really good. So we've got to start the crawl cast. What's better? Is it better to do them both at the same time or do the alternates? Alternates feel very funny to me. How much time? I got about 10 minutes and then I got to get ready. Got to get ready for this 1-to-1. 15 kilos. No idea what that means in curl language. Me and Harry are purple belts. We don't really do gi. I competed in gi last November. First jiu-jitsu competition in a while. Yeah, it was November. I won a couple of very small jiu-jitsu categories. Standing elbows are underutilized in MMA, especially at heavyweight. I feel like the lower weight classes, they'll throw their elbows more because they're aware that they're not going to do as much damage, whereas if they fold their elbows, they get more damage. I think elbows really underutilized in heavyweight because heavyweights have lunchbox fists, so they know if they get their hands to someone's chin, probably going to hurt them. But after round one, they're always tired and leaning on each other, so they've not got any room to throw any meaningful punches. So why not stick the elbow in? And it's also underutilized in women's MMA a lot. There's not many really great elbows in women's MMA. And again, they don't really have the same punching power, respectfully. Oh my god, don't cancel me. But women's MMA, they should be slashing them elbows. Elbows stifle the boxing, they can do. And if you've got an uber aggressive motherfucker, it can be a much smarter counter than trying to hit him with a punch that they end up on the inside of. Best tips for avoiding fancy footwork and sitting down punches. Now there's a story that Jack Dempsey and the people he trained with had such good punching power. I have no idea if this is true. Had such good punching power because they would train in this very small old dingy boxing club which had a ceiling that was lower than 6 feet. So they had to practice like this and stay crouched all the time. Boom. But whether you've got a low ceiling or not to practice under, there is some truth to that, because the number one thing I say to people that messes up their technique, and this isn't just boxing, this is wrestling as well, that messes them up is they'll go to do anything, go to throw a jab, both legs go straight, go to throw a right straight, legs go straight, uppercut, legs go straight, they go to shoot a takedown, legs go straight. A straight leg has no more drive, has no more push. Why are people making their legs go straight constantly? Forget it. You focus on. Sit down like 2 or 3 inches lower than you would do. Say this is a good bend in your knees. A nice soft bend in your knees. Exaggerate. Boom. And practice from there. Boom, boom. And then your legs are going to burn and you're going to spend time. You don't have to throw the fastest punches in the world. But so many people fuck up the development because they want to do everything fast. But when they're doing everything fast like this, they're never getting the time and attention, the exposure to build that base. But when they're working here, boom, 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 boom. Not necessarily super quick. They're going to develop that base and have much better transfer of punches. I didn't get any knockouts. One of the things that helped me get knockouts is I do shadowboxing rounds where I wouldn't throw a single strike because I practiced my stance that much that I'd have a really good base to throw strikes from in that stance. I got like 2 more sets of curls, and then we're gonna have to dip. Not the exercise, like the slang action for leaving about. And 1 more set with this, and then just put it low ass pumpy weight. Like Muay Thai creates bad habits for MMA. Depends which style of Muay Thai. It's completely based on point. It's completely based on point scoring in the traditional Thai style, and mainly the slow Thai style. That can be a bad habit for MMA, the slow style, so that needs changing. But if you work in that style where you shorten your stance a bit, that can be really effective, and you use all the tools. But the main thing I would say is a weakness in terms of Thai style. Thai style means nothing because it's like people say Thai style, but there's within Thai style there's like 15 different styles. But maybe slow starts and head very high are probably the worst habits, but Muay Thai's good. Good to see you in there. Haven't seen an uppercut elbow KO in MMA, but you see them all the time in Muay Thai. Well, we'll get to why this is. So, in Muay Thai, it's much trickier to fit those elbows through because people cover the biceps more. People say Thai clinch is that double collar on the back of the head. Your MMA bro will say this is Thai clinch. What's much more commonly Thai clinch is this. Locking arms sticky onto the biceps. If someone has outside control, I'm like this. If someone gets inside, I'm locking over to reciprocate and stop the elbow. Now in MMA, you don't see this as much, this arm locking clinch with the gloves kind of stuck to it. So if I'm in Thai, I'm really concerned about this elbow coming up over the top. So if someone's got an inside collar tie, if I do nothing, they're going to turn, hook elbow into my chin and KO me to fuck. But if I reciprocate this grip, lock over with a false grip over it, then they suddenly can't get this elbow over. So if I'm here, someone's locked over my arm, it's stopping me coming over, then I'm going to have to ping it through the middle. They can resist it, but I've got a much better chance pinging this through the middle. The best elbow experts ever is Muay Thai. He does this kind of chicken chopping elbow. I think we will see it. I can't really think of too many really good up elbows in MMA. Brandon Moreno did a really good one against, I'm trying to think who it was. It was either Pantoshi or Figueiredo, where he goes, boom, boom, as the guy tries to come back in, he just pops a little one. And Stephan Bonner, rest in peace, Stephan Bonner, who was really good at him, he'd clinch and just mix it in with his dirty boxing. He'd kind of use the old Mark De La Grate system of, when they duck the head uppercut, when they stick the head up, hook around, boom, 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 boom. You kind of do that with the elbow. Really good example is Krzysztof Sosinski's fight with Stephan Bonner. Krzysztof Sosinski was knackered though, so he just had free reign. Not full kills, but Jim Miller. Jim Miller is really good. He'll throw his right hook, he'll slap someone around the head if they come inside the hook, and just start fucking, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck off. Jim Miller. Southpaw lightweight goat. I've got 1 more set, and then I'm going to finish this. Sing the Creed song in your head, whatever Creed song you like. My Sacrifice. It's really good. Oh yeah, I was going to drop to the baby weights. I'll do a drop set this last one. And it's not just Jim Miller, it's Jim fucking Miller. Jim fucking Miller. Rest pause now, or drop set in it. Get some baby weights curled in. 1 more set of I've done the nap pull aparts and then we're done. Listen, boy. Are you autistic? Acoustic is a word. I play all acoustic instruments, and I play them artistically. Like Mikey Musumeci. Well, I've got the pastor, I just don't have the jiu-jitsu belt. Peace. Favorite game you're playing at the moment? I'm playing Proteus at the minute. Proteus is really good. I'm loving that kind of doom shoot. Pump. This is even my final pump. But Proteus is really good. Gonna be playing Shadow of the Erdry. Nope. I couldn't give a cock less about Smeldon Ring. That shit wastes my time up the wazoo. I would rather play through Bloodborne and Sekiro back to back 3 times in a row than play through Elden Ring once. Shit wastes my time. And if I want to play it on the PS4, it's going to make it sound like it's taken off. So, I ain't bothered about Smeldon Ring. Anyway, Proteus is really good. When I've had a blast of Proteus, I'm going to get back to the GOAT, Gran Turismo 4, but the real GOAT just left a love heart. See you all later. I don't know how to turn this off. I've got Biscoff on my face.